Our next cruise is a 5-star luxury cruise with Holland America on board the MS Rotterdam. It's your chance of visiting the most amazing places. How does Singapore, Bali and Indonesia grab you? Let's take you on board.
Having recently completed the latest series of enhancements as part of their £350 million Signature of Excellence programme, Holland America Line's MS Rotterdam is an elegant masterpiece of naval engineering. As the flagship of the fleet, walking around her is an event in itself, with over $2 million worth of art and antiques just begging to be discovered. Whether you choose the class and sophistication of the Explorer's Lounge, or the elegant viticulture of the wine tasting room, or even the panoramic views and late-night club atmosphere of the Crow's Nest, there really is a venue suited just to you. But the most recent addition to Rotterdam is this, the Mix, and it's my absolute favourite. 3 speciality venues: champagne for midday mimosas and bubbles, martinis for Grey Goose cocktails, and spirits and ales for microbrews, single malts and sports updates. Under the direction of Holland America's award-winning, Michelin-starred Culinary Council, the food on Rotterdam is simply stunning. You can eat at a set time or dine as you please, with restaurants to suit every mood. And here, in the spectacular La Fontaine dining room, they offer 5-course menus, an extensive wine list and impeccable service. And best of all, there's continental cuisine, low carb and vegetarian options. I'm a massive fan of Rotterdam's Culinary Arts Centre. It's a state-of-the-art demonstration kitchen offering interactive gourmet cooking lessons taught by master chefs. Then, after dinner, you can take your seat here in its magnificent theatre for some amazing entertainment featuring dynamic concerts, huge musical productions, full of Broadway veterans and some great guest artists. There's a wealth of spacious staterooms to choose from, ranging from great value insides to sea view rooms or even suites with private balconies. And all feature pure Egyptian cotton sheets, fluffy bathrobes, salon quality hairdryers, fresh flowers and of course your attentive stateroom steward. But my absolute favourite are these brand new lanai staterooms with direct access to the promenade deck. And you even get your own sun lounger. Brilliant.
By the way, that was our lovely Keith Maynard, who presents our Friday show as well, who was just talking you through the great experience with Holland America. But remember, we're flying to Singapore. You're going to be staying there for a night in a 5-star hotel, but we're coming back to Singapore at the end, Jenna, aren't we?
That's
so
right, yeah.
we'll talk about that a bit later on. Where next then?
Yeah, so you've had your wonderful night in Singapore, and then we're going to transfer you, and you are going to get on the ship for 14 nights cruising, have a day at sea, and then you arrive in Jakarta in Indonesia. And as you can see, there is so much to see here: the museums, the botanical gardens. It's a really fantastic way to kick off your cruise. And then on day 6 of your holiday already, you are going to Semarang, which is the bustling north coast port, put my teeth in, here in Java. And there's loads to do here as well. And then you've got a day at sea on day 7, and then on day 8 you sail into Bali. Oh. And you've got an overnight on board here, which is fantastic, because from Benoa, which is the port, you can get to all sorts of places, and Bali is probably most well known, as you can see, for its tropical, stunning beaches. You're talking the white sand and the kind of ones that you see in adverts.
Because everyone says it is just like paradise.
Absolutely. You know, yeah, where a lot of Australians, of course, are spoilt for beaches, but they'll go here on their holidays for their really luxurious ones. A lot goes on in Benoa. There's the monkey forest, which is so sweet, but also they have several sort of annual festivals and celebrations, so if you're lucky you might catch one of those. Teeming with shopping as well. You definitely want to go and see some of the temples, because they are jaw-droppingly stunning, and take your camera with you as well. But you definitely not only will catch some rays, but you will snag some bargains as well. And just taking a dip in the waters of places like Kuta and the Nusa Dua beaches, you are going to be like swimming in a bath.
I have to say, I think if I was that, I would just spend the time on the beaches and then see. Could tell you like Bali, Gemma.
Yeah, I must say I am a bit of a lover of the beach, and there's also that beautiful nature around as well. And I feel at home because there's all the little monkeys there as well. And then on day 10 you are sailing into Lombok. And then on day 11, so look at all these destinations. You're going to Komodo Island.
This is somewhere I want to really go because of the Komodo dragon.
Absolutely. So you can see Lombok stunning as well. Komodo is really famous,
There.
obviously for the Komodo dragons, but also the beaches. It's got almost like pink sand that you can see perfectly there. And it's because there are tiny little fragments of red coral mixed up with the shell and the other fragments, which gives it that sort of pink hue. So it's really famous for that. The Komodo dragons, you can go and do a special, you know, tour, and you have to be careful. They would hurt you. So you go with someone, a guide, and make sure that that does not happen. But so exciting. Talking of excursions as well, with all these amazing places that you're going to, if you book excursions through us at Planet Cruise, you'll get like up to 60% off. So it's really worth sorting out. So again, just ask the call centre. But we've still got many places to visit, haven't we? Because on day 12 we are sailing to Makassar in Indonesia, which is a complete kind of contrast. It's a real metropolis. You'll have honking horns and amazing smells and pandemonium and all sorts. But it's also got a real sort of backwater charm. Lovely, friendly people. Amazing food stalls everywhere. Lots to see and do. Day 13 we're at sea, and then day 14 you are sailing to Surabaya in Indonesia, where it's got a historic Arab quarter, really fascinating, and you can go into the desert or see the city as well. And then you've got another day at sea, and then on day 16 you arrive in Singapore, which is one of the most amazing places on earth. And of course you've already had a night in the hotel at the beginning of your holiday. And here in Singapore, by the way, you're overnight on board on the ship, and then you get an extra night in a 5-star hotel. Obviously with Singapore being one of the real highlights, we wanted to make sure that you have got a good few days there. Well, that's right, and as you can see, it's a big modern city. It's very clean, it's got an amazing infrastructure, so it's easy to get around. It is famous for things like it's got Universal Studios, and you saw a shot before of all the amazing shopping, which you'll definitely want to see. So it's really, really modern, and yet you've also got the bird park, and you've still got that kind of Asian charm if you want to go and see, you know, that kind of thing. But the city's amazing. You must go down to Orchard Road, which is where all the tourists go, and that is where the shopping is just out of this world. Universal, definitely always worth a visit as well. And as you said, Sean, you've got that time at the beginning of the trip and at the end. Do a river cruise as well. You saw a little shot there of the boat. That's a great way to see the city, and the fact that you're going to be there at night time as well. Yeah. You will see all the lights twinkling. You're going to have an absolutely fantastic time. Now, we only have one date available, and all the girls mentioned that, oh, that's the day after Valentine's Day. How nice would that be? How, you know, so you could have a great, great time away. But there's only one date. And again, at this kind of price, we do know this one is going to sell very, very quickly. Just to remind you what's included. Holland America, of course, 5-star luxury cruise company. All of your return flights. Now, again, work out what your flights alone would cost. You know, they really could be a big chunk of that £1,749. You know, my producer just booked flights to Thailand, and £1,000, yeah. And that's with nothing else. So we're going to provide those flights, and we can provide them from most UK airports, of course, as well. Just ask our call centre for details. You are getting one night pre and post cruise in a 5-star hotel in Singapore, so you can really, really make the most of that. And you will be overnight on board in both Bali and Singapore. And don't forget, if you do book excursions directly through Planet Cruise, you can save up to 60% on the prices. I've done that myself, and they are brilliant. They're so well organised as well. And we're working out this one is under £100 per person per night as well. Oh, something I really do need to tell you as well. Obviously, there's limited availability, but if you want to go for an ocean view and have all of those wonderful views of the ocean and the ports, you can do it for £5 per person per day. Yeah, honestly, so do go for the ocean view. Actually, the veranda suite as well, and they are stunning with Holland America, under £2,400.